Well, good afternoon. It's Wednesday. Welcome to San Angelo Live and the Political Desk. We are still in the middle of the political season. We've had the primary election, and now we're in the runoff. And there are some runoffs statewide. And visiting with me today is one of those candidates, and that is Sarah Stogner. Sarah is running for Railroad Commission, and you made the runoff. So congratulations and welcome. Thanks for being here, Sarah.
Yeah, thanks for the invitation.
I understand that you're coming to us from Houston today. I guess you're busy on the campaign trail.
Yes, sir. I was in Austin this morning and I'm in Houston today, and then I'm back in Austin this evening, and then I'll be back out in the Permian later in the week.
The campaign trail never ends. Well, talk to me about who you are. You need as many votes as you can get. All of you, all the candidates do. So we start out these visits with who you are, education, experience, that sort of thing. So, for the benefit of our viewers, who is Sarah Stogner?
Yeah, so I am a oil and gas lawyer. I've been practicing oil and gas law for 14 years. And last summer, I moved out onto a West Texas cattle ranch and had some issues with an old well coming unplugged. And it was a Chevron well. And I thought, oh, great, Chevron's going to step up and do the right thing. And instead, I have encountered every single obstacle you can possibly imagine with the regulators. And I realized that the only way we were going to be able to fix it was to actually get in there, run for office, and fix it ourselves. So I have no long-term political aspirations. I just am an oil and gas lawyer who has been proud to work in this industry. I love Texas, and I want to make sure that oil and gas is done the right way, that we pay our guys well, that we keep our economy strong, but that we don't pollute our groundwater and air in the process.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about the Railroad Commission. What does the Railroad Commission do?
Great question, right? The name can be misleading.
Yeah.
So since they have no jurisdiction over railroads anymore, they haven't since 2005, they have exclusive jurisdiction or authority to regulate oil and gas wells, intrastate pipelines, and then surface mining for things like coal, lignite, and uranium.
And in this current climate, of course, everybody's paying a lot more for gas. What are the pressures on oil right now, and is that could that be a good thing for Permian producers?
Yeah, right. So, I mean, I think you guys have seen the slogan Midland, not Moscow, right? I mean, for
Right.
years, we've been saying we should really promote the oil and gas industry in Texas, that we are prepared, ready, willing, and able to meet the demands for oil. The problem lies in hostile policies that have been set federally. And although we don't have a lot of federal land in Texas, right, those policies have influenced Wall Street. BlackRock announced a couple of years ago that they weren't going to invest in oil and gas anymore. Of course, now they're backpedaling because everyone realizes that we need oil and gas for modern day life. But yes, absolutely, Texas is ready, willing, and able to step up to the plate. And I will do everything in my power to make sure that the Texas energy industry remains strong. But that means that we have to fix some of the issues that we're experiencing. We've got to get a control of the earthquakes and make sure that we don't contaminate our groundwater and stop flaring, right? We've got some issues, but we can handle them. We just need to keep them internally. And we need to keep Texans regulating Texas to prevent federal interference and to make sure that the Texas economy is strong.
Okay, and this primary was it was a crowded primary. You were one of 5 candidates, and you made the runoff. That is an amazing thing. And now you've got another 2 months to campaign before we get to the runoff election. This was, first of all, congratulations for making the runoff. That is
Thank you.
really in a field that crowded is amazing. And you did it through, campaigns change and media changes campaigns. And you apparently got there through TikTok. You're very active on TikTok. Can you explain TikTok to somebody who's not a TikTok guy?
Yeah, so first, I am not accepting any campaign contributions. Part of my platform is that for too long, it has become pay to play in Austin as far as who gets what permits. and what gets done. And so my goal is to just go in there and enforce the regulations as written. And so last summer, at the end of last summer, I think September timeframe, I've been really active on LinkedIn over the years and have always tried to stay up to date on trends, and realized that I thought TikTok had been for teenagers dancing, and realized that that may have been how it started, but that over the years, we now have professionals who are actively participating and educating people and sharing stories. And so I started sharing my struggles out on the ranch. And now I've been sharing, like you're seeing on the screen, right, just my day-to-day life out on the campaign trail.
Well, it has worked extremely well, and we want you to continue with that. Early voting starts. There's only one week of early voting for the runoff, and that starts about the 14th of May. Is that right?
I think it's the 14th through 20th, if that sounds right.
That sounds right to me. And then the runoff itself is the 24th. And then once you survive that, in November, there is a general election, and there's a Democrat in that race, and a Green Party guy, and an independent. So this is far from over for you as far as the campaign goes.
Yeah, correct. Absolutely. It's a long road ahead.
All right, and you're sitting in Houston, which is that's the epicenter of the urban oil and gas industry in the state. How are you being received there? How's the campaign going there?
Yeah, good. I mean, look, what I find so exhilarating in this whole process is the amount of overwhelming support that I've had from people. And it's not traditional support, right? I'm not backed by PACs. I'm not having billionaires funnel money. It's just me and the oil and gas industry and all of the great connections that I've made from working in this industry over the years. And so I've got reservoir engineers and geologists and roustabouts and roughnecks and electricians. I mean, everybody from all walks of life are reaching out and saying, we support you, we're behind you, and we see your vision for the future of energy in Texas.
All right, there's a couple of things that I always do at the end of one of these interviews. And first is, this is an open mic. This is your opportunity for me to step aside and you to talk directly to the voters. And no questions, no leading questions, no details, anything like that. It's just you directly to the voters. So the microphone is yours. What is your message to the voters, Sarah?
Thank you so much. I need you to vote on May 24th. Every single vote counts. And I know that we think, oh, it's just one, what's that going to do? But we are seeing across the state votes that are decided by very, very narrow margins. And my hope is that those 350, 400,000 people in the state of Texas who work in oil and gas get 5 or 10 of your friends to go and vote with you, go grab lunch afterwards, whatever, and make a day of it. And it's easy. Early voting and even on election day for the primary were relatively low lines. It's been fairly simple. Get in, get out, vote, because every vote counts. And just do your research, right? The incumbent is a career politician. He has no oil and gas experience. He's a gospel nominated Grammy singer or Grammy nominated gospel singer, but he's a financial planner. He has no oil and gas experience. I am an oil and gas attorney. I'm a mom. I live in the basin. I drink the water, and I am tired of the industry, a few bad actors in the industry, one, giving us all a bad name, and two, putting us at risk because of the federal pressure that we have. We have to keep our economy strong. If we don't do something, we're going to have $10 a gallon gas, and we're going to have really contaminated water, and neither of those things are acceptable. So we need to fire the people that are in there now who haven't done their jobs. And how do we do that? We go and we vote on May 4th. And so my name is Sarah Stogner. I'm running for Railroad Commissioner, and I would be honored if you would vote for me. You can find me online. I'm very accessible, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Reach out. And if you guys are interested, I'm going to try to have an event in San Angelo, not too long, to come and have a meet and greet. And you can follow my campaign, and anywhere I am, you can find me. So.
Perfect. And that was the second part of that. I was going to ask, how do people find out more about you? And you just gave all that in that last answer. So that's perfect, Sarah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. We're looking forward to seeing you here in San Angelo. And for San Angelo Live from the Political Desk on this Wednesday, I'm Yantis Green.